in the white shorts on the right of your screens, and this quite a test for him. In his last bout, just 6 weeks ago, he was stopped inside a minute and a half by the American Buster Drayton. So here he is having a comeback fight, and it's a tilt for a title at the same time, and that's tough. So you want to get this first round out of the way against Skouma, originally from North Africa, from Casablanca, and the favorite to win this one. This at light middleweight, that's the 11-stone category. And this is for the title vacated by Britain's Harold Graham, who's now moved up to full middleweight. He can no longer make the light middleweight limit. Good left-right combination that from Cable. He's stiffened up his punches more recently. Hits harder than he ever used to, but of course got bombed out at the Royal Albert Hall just a few weeks back by Buster Drayton. Drayton, of course, went on to knock out Mark Kaler, the British middleweight champion and world ranked, in 6 rounds. So perhaps that put the defeat of Cable into perspective. Skouma has been beaten only once. Two fairly orthodox left jabbers here. Cable does occasionally get caught over the top of his guard with some good head punches. Cable from Orpington. He's 26 years of age, 1 year older than his French opponent. And avoided those rather well. Skouma going for the big punch in this opening round. And Cable using his footwork well. And boxing well behind the left jab. He didn't get a chance to really get it to work in his last outing. It was all over so quickly. Skouma opening up a little bit now, though. And some heavy punches landing in the opening exchanges. Scheduled for 12 for the vacant light middleweight championship of Europe. Title vacated by Harold Graham and once held not so long ago by Maurice Hope, who went on to world honours. So the end of a fairly hard-fought first round. Cable landing well with the jab, but having to take 1 or 2 left-right combinations from the French boxer. And he'll want to keep him on the end of that left hand in round 2. Doug Bidwell in his corner. Bidwell, of course, who managed Alan Minter. And the attention wandering away from the boxers for just a moment. Bidwell was very upset by Cable's quick defeat against Drayton. But he's survived round 1 here at least. This man Skouma, though, is the slight favourite to win this. Referee wants Cable back in his corner before the bell goes. Round 2 for the light middleweight championship of Europe. Cable very orthodox. Won most of his early fights on points. Stopped 1 or 2 more recently. And you'll recall that he had a couple of thrilling encounters with Nick Wilshere, the second of them for the British light middleweight title, when he outpointed Wilshere. Outpointed him indeed for the second time, and in their first encounter, which was a non-title fight, he was put down twice by Wilshere, but recovered well and won the last 2 or 3 rounds very convincingly indeed to take the decision. But when they met again for the British title, Cable on your left here was not the favourite. Wilshere was the favourite for that. Wilshere, who you've seen on the screens many, many times. Good uppercut that from Cable. And Cable seems to be hitting firmly. It's tough to come to France and win titles, and especially tough when you come off the kind of defeat that Cable suffered against Buster Drayton. Skouma sort of pawing with that jab and not being very effective at the moment. But that's the punch that Cable's got to watch out for, that right lead over his left hand, which he keeps pretty low. Round 2. Skouma, born in Casablanca in North Africa, is one of 9 children. Lives just about 60 miles away from Toulouse. Very ambitious fighter indeed, trains hard. Met one British boxer in the past, Lloyd Christie, the brother of Errol Christie. And indeed, Christie beat him in an 8 rounds contest. And that's the only blemish on Saeed Skouma's career so far. He's won all his other contests and won them all inside the distance, and looking as though he's meaning business here in round 2 now. It's a tough battle. Now Skouma going forward. Can't land with the jab. Useful footwork from Cable, but he's much more open to the right hand. Jimmy having to weather a minor storm for the moment. And the bell ends the second round. And it's pretty safe to say, I would think, that Skouma here had the better of that one on the judges' scorecards. Cable having to remember his footwork, doing a lot of running in that exchange, but there was the big right hand that went home, and he took some more as well. So round 3. And a pretty even contest so far. Cable probably won the first round, Skouma the second. And good jabbing by the British boxer, 26-year-old from Orpington. Spent a lot of his early career training with Alan Minter. Both men managed by Doug Bidwell. Cable very tall, as you see, for a light middleweight. 11 stone, but he's about 6'1", 6.5 to 6'1". And good exchanges from both men here. It's a hard-hitting contest. Skouma looks very strong. This light middleweight weight category, one of the most contested in world boxing. Sugar Ray Leonard moved out now, of course, but Thomas Hearns around, Wilfred Benitez, A lot of good fighters. Round 3 scheduled for 12 for the light middleweight championship of Europe, vacated recently by Harold Graham, who's now moving up to middleweight. Cable doing a little better in round 3, not getting caught so much. Cable's only lost 3 of 26 contests. A pretty horrifying defeat in his last one against Drayton. And before that, he got stopped by Horace Mackenzie with a body punch a year or two back at the Royal Albert Hall, and Jimmy Batten narrowly outpointed him, and here he is under pressure again. Round 3. Skouma going after him, looking for an early win. Won't get it in that round. A little bit of the action again. Skouma finishing the round well. And Cable having to remember all his footwork and then tie his man up. Fourth round. Cable, if anything, might be just a little behind at this stage. Well off target with those two. Cable quite happy to open up with the right hand in this contest. Not just a jabber by any means. And certainly these days seems to be putting a bit more body weight behind those punches. Good work there from Cable, setting his man up with the jab and crossing well with the right. Better round now by Cable in the fourth. Not fancied by too many of the pundits to win this one. And I'm sure he had big psychological problems after that quick defeat against Buster Drayton. And one felt it might have sapped a great deal of his enthusiasm, but no, here he is, and doing pretty well in this fourth. Not so long ago, the British title might have been the limit of Cable's ambition. But here he has the European title within his sights, and who knows from there. Good punch, good right hand. Fair bit of British support in Toulouse for Jimmy Cable. And the right hand's coming in well from Cable. He's catching Skouma pretty regularly with it here in round 4. It's a good round by the British boy. But again, Skouma opening up in the latter part of the round. And Cable struggling a bit now. Just when he was getting on top in this round, he's having to take a lot of punishment at close quarters there, and he's down. Well, what a shock. The right hand put him down. Cable seemed to be winning the round well on points. A fierce barrage from the Frenchman, and forced to take the 8 count, the remainder of which he does standing. And who knows, the bell might have saved him at that stage. So Cable knocked out in his last bout, knocked down in this one, and in trouble in round 4. See the punch that did it. 2 or 3 good uppercuts going in from Skouma. Took too much there, and the right hand fairly high on the head put him down, but he recovered quickly. So Skouma will be thinking that this European light middleweight crown is well within his sights now. Round 5. See if Cable's recovered sufficiently. He was down, remember, twice against Nick Wilshere, got up to beat him, and then fought a very cagey return fight against him to lift the British crown. The British title was vacated by Prince Rodney, boxer from the north, who, because of injury, couldn't defend it. He'll be back perhaps later in the year. And here we have Cable going for a title vacated by another British boxer, Harold Graham. Graham not because of injury, but because of weight difficulties. Couldn't make the 11 stone anymore and will campaign in future as a full middleweight. Cable trying to get back in his stride now in this 5th after the knockdown in the 4th. Oh, that was a useful right hand. Perhaps the best punch that Cable's thrown in the contest so far. Partisan crowd remained silent, no reaction to it. And Skouma felt that one, though, and that looked a bit low. Skouma unhappy about it. The referee not too concerned. Apparently, I think he just about warned Cable, but the blow looked low. Cable normally a head puncher. Went for the body shot. And I think it was just a little off target. Make it a chance to see that again. Good punches from Cable. Coming back well after the knockdown in the last. And Skouma on the receiving end now. Cable's done well here. It must have been a shock to get knocked down, especially after the last knock-out defeat. He must have thought, oh, here we go again. But it's a good 5th for him. Not only boxed well, but caught his man with some stiff blows. A lot of grit, a lot of courage. And he mustn't get caught at close quarters again. Frenchman warned to keep his punches up now. So the end of the 5th, and a much better round for the British fighter from Orpington. He must have won that one. There's the blow that went down perilously low, and Skouma not very happy about it. But it was an excellent round for Cable. Anxious to get on with business. Round 6 for the 11 stone championship of Europe. Both men quite open to the right hand. Cable at this stage seems to have recovered well from the knockdown. He got up pretty quickly from it in round 4. And for the moment looks nicely composed again. Both men whacking in the punches here now as we approach the halfway stage, or the scheduled halfway stage. Halfway through the 6th. Cable repeatedly popping over that right hand and having a fair bit of success with it now. Especially after the knockdown, the judges will almost certainly, though, have him behind at this point. Skouma vicious at close quarters. Quick hands and seems to deliver the punch very accurately, very quickly, without needing much leverage. Stiff puncher. Cable again in this round, having to take a few more. Skouma opening up. Well, at times when you think Cable could stand back and jab, he wages a bit of war himself, gets involved. Halfway through the contest. And not quite such a successful round, the 6th, as the 5th was for Jimmy. Forced to take a few more head punches in that one. Skouma likes to bash over that right hand whenever he gets the opportunity, and doing quite well there. So we're into the second half of the contest for the light middleweight championship of Europe. Jimmy Cable from Orpington, British champion, of course, at this weight. Saeed Skouma, originally from North Africa, now from the south of France. Contest here in Toulouse. Tough place to come and win a European title. As I said earlier, I can remember John Stracey doing the trick some years back in the 70s. Kevin Finnegan did it on the same night. They both won European crowns in France. That was in Paris. Stracey a weight down from this at welter, and Kevin Finnegan a weight up at full middleweight. And of course Tony Simpson won in Paris recently, that at middleweight too, when he beat Louis Acarriez for the European crown. Down in the south of France it's usually tougher. Crowds really get behind their men. Skouma seemed to be a little bit rocked there with the right hand. Cable saw it, is going for him now. Round 7. Skouma backed up on the ropes. Gutsy performance this from Cable. Cable looks here as though he's trying to go for a quick win. Or a win inside the distance. Skouma's had enough of that. It's a war here now in round 7. And Cable now again in trouble. Skouma virtually fell over there, trying to land a punch, tripped over Cable's feet. Tough round this. Cable having to take one or two too many right hands. That was a grueling round. At one stage, Skouma looked as though he was in severe trouble, and then back he came. Then he fell over Cable's feet, and both men got caught pretty heavily in that 7th. With better moments for Skouma in that round. Skouma, aged 25, 1 year younger than Cable. So Cable up on his toes again. Trains well, fit boxer. Not a full-time boxer, he works as well. Got a wife and 3 children to keep. And if he were to lift this title, it would certainly help the old bank balance. At the very least, a defense of it. And it ups his pedigree in the marketplace. So Cable being down once in round 4. Skouma tripped over Cable's feet in the last round, but it wasn't from a punch, it was trying to land a punch. No count. Useful work that by Cable. Must be pretty even, this contest. Three judges to decide the outcome under EBU rules. Not like in Britain where the referee himself picks the winner. Oh, that was a useful right hand by the Frenchman there. Cable in trouble again on the ropes now. Round 8. It's a fairly useful round for Cable so far. Nice to see he's recovered so well from that earlier knockdown. It might just have knocked the spirit out of a lot of fighters. Not Jimmy Cable. He's back and he's going well. And whatever happens now, it's a heartening performance by the British boy after that horrible setback to his career just a few weeks ago in England. End of round 8, 2/3 of the way through the contest for the 11-stone Championship of Europe in Toulouse. Some pretty fierce exchanges in that 8th round. Lots of advice from Doug Bidwell in the cable corner on your right. So 4 rounds remain. Will it go all the way? Cable still very, very much in with a chance here. But I must say, a year or two ago, he didn't look like a potential European champion. Most people in Britain thought that Nick Wilshire was the more likely of the 2 young men coming along at this weight category to perhaps go all the way. That's a tough one, this. Round 9, Skouma opening up again. Cable's got to use his footwork now. Can do, and looks good when he does so, but he stays in close, he's in trouble, and he's down again. Second knockdown of the contest, round 9. Again, it was a right-hand punch, I think. And again, forced to take the respite of the compulsory 8 count. Referee wants to see that he's okay before he lets it go on. Cable in trouble. Here comes Skouma looking for the finish. Cable rocking a bit, took another right hand. And down he goes again, and this could be curtains at this stage for the British boxer. Just when it was going along nicely, round 9, second knockdown. Looks to his corner for advice. And the referee again wants to see that he's all right to continue. And on we go again. Skouma, heartened by that now, will be looking to end it here in the 9th. He's a plucky boy, Jimmy Cable. 3 times down, once in the 4th, twice in this round. And the crowd now feel that their man's going to do it. And Cable sprightly enough, despite the 2 knockdowns, to get back up on his toes, use the ring, and box, which he's able to do. Nice counter punch there from the British boy as Skouma came onto him. And there's a little bit of tape worked its way loose from the glove, and that could be dangerous if it went in the opponent's eye. And Cable looking a little marked around the face, fairly well bruised. And it's remarkable how he's come back here. 3 times down, and still there, and still in with a chance. Well, in a way, that must be soul-destroying for the Frenchman, that Cable should recover now 3 times from knockdown punches and still be taking the fight to Skouma. That's the punch that did the damage first and foremost in that round. Short right hand again, the punch to which he is susceptible. And it was the right hand that did it again the second time. He went on for a couple of seconds afterwards and then felt the full effect of it, reacted. So 3 rounds remain. Will Cable last the distance? Skouma must be wondering at this stage what he's got to do to keep the British boy down. Couldn't quite finish it off when well on top. And here's the courageous Cable going forward again and taking the contest to his man. It's good stuff from him. But defensively, he's been pretty suspect. Good going forward, Cable. Well, if it goes the distance, it'll be interesting to see exactly how the judges score it. Good body punch from Cable. And he's under pressure again, and it could be curtains here. Is the referee stopping it? Another compulsory count for Cable. Now, in England, where there's no compulsory count, he might just have got stopped there. Would he have weathered that storm? But here he has another chance to. And Cable comes back again. Quite remarkable, his performance here. 3 times down, 1 compulsory count, standing count, and still taking the fight to his man. Well, if he doesn't get a title, he deserves a medal. At close quarters, it's all Skouma. Inside, he's the master. It's a tough round, this, for Cable. And again, he's caught by the right hand. The crowd now sense victory, but look, Skouma's in trouble. End of the 10th, and Skouma's down. Walked onto the right hand himself, and now he's forced to take a count. So both boxers being down. Just when Skouma was sensing victory, he thought he might end it there. Down he goes. And who knows, perhaps the bell might even have saved him. Well, amazing contest this. At the end of the 10th, Cable lands the big one himself. Been on the receiving end for much of the round. That's the bit where he was. And the referee came to his respite there. And then it was Cable who came back. I think it was a right-hand punch that did the damage there as well. And it didn't look a great punch. But it had his man well off balance, and the left hook did his health no good at all. Well, he recovered, and on we go. Round 11 coming up. Heartening words, I'm sure, from Doug Bidwell and son Keith in the corner there. Not much energy left in those tired British legs. Round 11. Light middleweight championship of Europe. Cable going on the attack. And if anything now, Skouma looks the more tired. The British corner waving their man in. Referee doesn't want them to do that. And the crowd in Toulouse trying to give their man a final lift. And Skouma can't really throw a punch so far in round 11. That knockdown may well have affected him rather more than the 3 which have put Cable down. I wonder if this stage Cable thinks he's got to knock his man out. He must reckon he's behind on points here. Good left hook. Skouma in trouble. Cable trying to size him up. Is it all over here? And the referee is giving him a count, Skouma. But he's rocking all over the place, and this could be the end. Well, it'll be startling. Skouma recovered. And on we go again. And this is an amazing contest. And Cable now senses victory. He's down again, and he might not recover from that, Skouma. Astonishing turnabout in this contest. And the towel comes in from the French corner, and it's all over. A remarkable win for Cable. Down 3 times, a standing count, and there he is victorious. He's lifted the European light middleweight championship. Great performance by Jimmy Cable. Heartening indeed after his 1-round knockout at the Albert Hall just a few weeks ago. If ever a fighter came back from the spectre of defeat, it was Cable in this one. Poor start, down in the 4th, down twice in the 9th. A standing count follows that. And an absolutely astonishing win. Very much the underdog, and he'll be delighted by that. Took a fair bit of punishment in the process, but a great performance by Jimmy Cable, the new light middleweight championship of Europe.
Suddenness of what happened. Larry Holmes apparently unaffected. I'm on. He's all fine. Speaking of Ocasio in the fight that is yet to come for the title. But Ocasio, whom they call Jaws, Honest Bill Daly, his manager, he came by the moniker sardonically, Honest Bill did. Honest Bill Daly says this kid can fight. Well, we'll find out about it. He proved it to a degree against Jimmy Young. Larry Holmes to the right of your screen. Holmes confident, and why wouldn't he be? He's got a superbly developed body, 6'3" to 6'3 and a half.